Today, we are diving into a most important topic, that is apps that could be putting your privacy and security at risk. So, are you unknowingly using an app that is putting your personal information in danger? Alright, so today's video we are going to find out. With millions of apps available on the App Store and Google Play, it is easy to download something without even thinking twice. But not all apps were created equal. Some can actually compromise your data, drain your battery, and even take control of your phone. Yeah. So today I'm going to give you all the secrets that will enable you to identify harmful apps and where they should go right away and uninstall them. And then I'm also going to give you all the tips that will enable you to protect your smartphone from these harmful apps. Alright. But by the way, welcome back to this channel. I took a little break from here, and then today I'm back with more content for you. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And number one red flag is to consider the permissions of the app during installation. So does the app that you are trying to install ask for permissions that seem unnecessary? For example, a flashlight app shouldn't need access to your contacts or location anyway, because that is not relatable to the activities or the function of the app. Okay, right? So for example, if it is a driving and a navigation app that is demanding access to your location, then we see that that one is more relatable, because maybe it is going to use your precise location to be able to predict the best route for your journey and get you to the right destination. Okay, right? And it shouldn't be like something like a gaming app that needs access to your contacts, your pictures, your location. I mean, that information is not needed to provide the best experiences for you to play your game. Okay, right? So if an app does that, hey, be much cautious and dig further into finding out more about what actually the app needs that information for. Okay, right? So that is because there has been some apps notorious for collecting excessive user data that has faced a lot of multiple data breaches, yes, over the years. Another tip is that if you go online and you begin to search for apps that request excessive information from users, I think they are going to pull out a number of apps that you can advise yourself and then stay away from trouble. Okay, because users of such apps have reported that their personal information was sold to third parties without their consent. Okay, so make sure that you always check the permissions before hitting the install button. All right, so number two red flag of the day is poor reviews and ratings. So check the reviews, yes, because if an app has a lot of negative feedback or low ratings, it might be a sign that users have had bad experiences regarding privacy issues and other information that you need to know. Okay, and number three red flag of the day is unfamiliar developers. When you are trying to install an app, please take your time and do a little research about the developer, especially when the app demands personal information like your ID cards, your email address, your name, and other sensitive information, because you are not just going to slip away and then provide your personal information to an unfamiliar person you don't know anywhere and you can't trust them. Okay, and this brings us to number four red flag that can help you to identify harmful apps and stay away from them. If an app is bombarding you with ads or constantly pushing in-app purchases, then it might be trying to monetize your attention rather than providing value. Okay, right? So there are lots of apps that the moment you just open the app interface, it won't even spare you a minute to actually get the experience for what you visited the app in the first place, but they keep on populating apps on your screen. Okay, right? So if that's the case, how then do you trust such developers with your personal information, since they are hungry for money than their user experience? Okay, so some apps are known for this kind of intrusive ads and questionable privacy policies. Many users of these apps have complained about their data being used for targeted advertising without their knowledge. Yes, so they can sell your personal information to third-party advertising companies, and that's actually going to worry you a lot. So when you are using an app that keeps on populating adverts on your screen so much that it impedes the usage of the app, then you should be very cautious of providing sensitive information to that app. Okay, so and this brings us to number five red flag of such harmful apps is that they have weak encryption. So make sure you check if the app lacks proper encryption and security measures before you hit the install button, because the fact is that there has been a lot of apps criticized for their lack of encryption and security measures, making it an easy target for hackers to intrude the system and attack users. So if the app system is so weak that hackers can break through anytime at all and then make away with whatever information is there, then your information as a user with that app is not safe. Okay, so you should take some time, find out about the security measures of that particular app before you go ahead and so you can do a little search on the internet about the app that you're trying to install. All right, so now that you know which apps to be cautious of, then here are some tips to keep your phone safe. And number one is to always try and read the privacy policies. It should clearly explain how your data is being used. So apps actually state the intentions of the data that they collect from you. All right, so it's actually up to the user to actually go through and read their privacy policies to know the data that they've collected from you, what they are going to use it for. Maybe they might have stated it in their privacy policy that they are actually going to collect information about your browsing activities, and that will help them maintain their platform and continue to provide you the best experiences. You never knew this, and then you provided your personal information, and then all of a sudden you see some of your information online. You cannot take them on because they stated it clearly, and they assume that before the user gets to install the app and even start using it, they might have read through their privacy policies and they have agreed to them before hitting the install button. So that is why in the first place it is important, especially when the app demands certain sensitive information from you, make sure you read their privacy policy. I think it will contain what they are going to use that information for before you go ahead and grant them, or not at all. Download apps only from the official app stores like Google Play or the App Store. Okay, I think it is the best thing for you to avoid third-party sites that may host malicious software that can attack your device. Okay, right. Make sure your operating system and apps are always up to date. So updates always include security measures that will keep you safe from hackers. Okay, maybe you can consider using trusted security software that will scan through your device to be able to identify certain harmful apps, and then you can go ahead and uninstall them. Okay, the Google Play Protect is able to actually detect harmful apps, but not to that extent. That is it for today, but remember, staying informed is the best defense against app related risk. Okay, alright, so thanks a lot, and give this video a like, subscribe, and let me see you next time, and stay safe.